the conglomerate making well over 30 billion for next year. Well over
30 billion.
He was trying to, I think, in my mind, he was just trying to beat it low.
Yeah,
now, if by the time this port is done, Dangote is looking at being the world largest exporter of urea fertilizer.
Yes.
And the port for export is just in his backyard. So logistics-wise, he's taking care of that. Now, this is the side that I'm now also trying to wrap my head around. He wants to start exporting LNG via the port. That is going to include having to pipe from
the Niger Delta
down this way. When will your people wake up?
Okay. When will Nigerians from the southern part of the country wake up?
You've spoken
of oil producing states. So,
when will they wake up? When will the business community that
Thank you, Mr. Chooks. Obasanjo came up and wanted to sell some of these critical state assets. And of course, nationalists and Nigerians came up to stop him.
Why did you call them nationalists?
He yielded to their voice. Some of them go by that name, nationalists.
Are they nationalists?
Stopped him. Now, just recently, the government is also mooting, through the NNPC, is mooting the idea of selling still the same critical assets that Obasanjo spoke about previously. Femi Falana came up and said, no, they do not have both the constitutional right to embark in such venture of selling it because it is established. He went into some constitutional references and how it is now within the powers of the legislative arm of government to actually vet and probably give that process a go-ahead. I think they should do that. And when this idea has been mooted for long, the people, the leaders of the Niger Delta, the governor of Delta State that saw it fit to defect from his political party to the party where the president currently is, should use that opportunity to whisper to the ears of Mr. President, I want to buy, the state would like to buy this refinery, and partner with some other private individuals for them to buy that critical state asset and make it the state of Delta State. That of the port that belongs to Rivers State, the government, the governor, Siminalayi, whenever he is reinstated.
Does the port belong to Rivers State?
Should also, because it belongs to the federal government.
So it doesn't belong to Rivers State?
Wait. He needs to whisper to the ears of the president that they would like to take over this state asset and give them a time period for them to plan and take, because it's when the state takes over it, probably maybe the people there will feel a sense of ownership and a sense of belonging in running business and commerce in that part of town, so that these activities that Doc has pointed out, maybe it will abate. And I think Doctor missed a specific thing whilst he was pointing out the miscreant activities, the criminal activities that is taking place there. Please, government agencies, military officers have been seen who are officers and under the employment of the government of the country to be carrying out criminal activities in the Niger Delta. Oshomole has spoken about this on air. So they are equally there themselves. The government indirectly is contributing to creating and making that environment to be non-appealing to investors and for criminal activities to take, for business activities to take place there, which would make big industrialists like the Dangotes to look away from those places and to focus their attention somewhere. So the government itself needs to put its acts to order to make that place appealing for investment, because if not, the government has failed, the government at the federal level has failed, the government at the state level from that region has failed, and big individuals who reside in those places, whose names have traversed government and politics, who have the capacity to speak to industrialists and to bring big-time investors to come and develop this area of town, themselves have failed.
Okay, thank you very much. On this particular note, we will go on a very short break, and when we return, we'll go on our second story. Remember, this is SBL. Don't go anywhere.
Think like that, because it's the a mind that needs to first of all be rebranded.
Idris said he's going to be putting Nigerian labor, Nigeria content and materials first.
If you say Nigeria first and it is just us down here that, are pushing that agenda, it's going to be a big struggle.
Do you think Nigerian firms, Nigerian organizations should start looking at getting their staff involved in this market or buying to keep for their staff? Within this side, let's also learn citizen diplomacy. See something. This is Souq Business Landscape.
In Africa, if there's one man who has consistently been a household name and index of reference in the business arena, the name Aliko Dangote apparently stands tall. The Africa's richest man clearly benchmarks success, wealth, and prosperity. His unofficial love and passion for business are quite phenomenal. These can be traced to his background. Born in April 10, 1957 to Maria Sanusi Dangote and Mohammed Dangote, his maternal ancestors were prosperous caravan traders under British colonial rule, and his grandfather, Alhaji Sanusi Dangote, was a commodity trader. Dangote's grandfather was heavily involved in his upbringing and helped ignite his entrepreneurial spirit. For Dangote, one would ever assume his wealth was handed out or easily channeled, being an offspring of Dangote, or his success didn't come through daydreaming. Dangote complemented inherited fortune with deliberate hard work and innovation to pave his way to the top. Those who knew Dangote while growing up will not be surprised at his outstanding success. At age 8, Dangote uses pocket money to buy sweets, which he and others sell for a profit. Everything big in life starts from little. Taking a clue from this, Dangote, from a seed loan of 500,000 obtained from his uncle, started business, which he traded commodities and business supplies, primarily cement. By 1981, his firm was successful that he had incorporated other businesses and established the Dangote Group. His empire extended to foodstuffs, including sugar, salt, wheat, cement, haulage, and other business concerns. Among his holdings were Dangote Industries, Dangote Bale Nigeria, Dangote Cement PLC, Benue Cement Company PLC, Dangote Sugar Refinery PLC, Dangote Flour Mills, and Nascent Ally Industries PLC. In addition to his holdings in Nigeria, the Dangote Group has operations in several other African countries. With these giant strides in the business arena, Dangote will forever be grateful to his grandfather for giving him wings to fly. According to Forbes, an American business magazine, Dangote remains the richest man in Africa with an estimated fortune of $13.9 billion. Dangote is one Nigeria, highly decorated with honors as well. His urine service and huge investment also got him both local and international recognitions. Like the Guardian Man of the Year in 2015, he won the 2016 African Business Leader Award organized by the African American Institute. Dangote was cited as one of the top most influential Africans by the New African magazine in 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2019. He was recently conferred with the prestigious award of the National Order of the Lion by the President of Senegal. When it comes to breaking jinx, Dangote has it in full measures. He took his pioneering and jinx-breaking adventure to another dimension with the unveiling of the $20 billion refinery, widely adjudged as the largest single-train petrochemical refinery in the world. The refinery has the total capacity of 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day and is expected to earn as much as $21 billion in annual income. Situated on 2,500 hectares site at the Lekki Free Trade Zone, Lagos, it is supplied with crude oil by the largest subsea pipeline infrastructure in the world. When fully in operation, the refinery will provide 135,000 permanent jobs in the region. When it comes to family life, Dangote seems to, however, prefer maintaining a low profile. He got married to Zainab in 1977 but divorced at an unknown date. He was later married to Maria Mohammed Rufai. Dangote has 3 daughters named Halima, Maria, Fatima, and he also adopted a son named Abdurrahman. Dangote is one grounded authority that combines rare intelligence with self-effacing demeanor, a persona that naturally makes kindness. Like an eagle, Dangote's foresight and unusual business acumen make him a rare to come by. Though he owns chains of business in Nigeria and across Africa, the quest by this uncommon risk taker to conquer more business territories may not wane anytime soon.
When conversations around figures, I mean money, flies around, serious-minded and business-conscious people will at every point open their eyes because business ideas and opportunities can come up even at a bar. But for us, we are bringing you business ideas to your doorstep. And today I am saying welcome to Cashcraft, where we share with you tips on making money. We dig into the ordinary things around us, things we pass by daily, never knowing they could be our next income stream. My name is Grace Komolafe, and today we are stepping into the world of charcoal. Not the one you fan under your suya or barbecue, but the one that's quietly building millionaires, fueling export earnings, and heated up markets from Lagos to places like Nairobi. In the smoky corners of rural villages, behind the crackles of burning logs, lies a black treasure, charcoal. It may not glitter, but don't be fooled. Charcoal is hot business, literally and financially. Now, before you turn up your eyes thinking it's dirty work for tired farmers, I want you to pay a close attention because this is business, not push talk. Charcoal is made by carbonizing wood, burning it slowly in a low oxygen environment to remove moisture and volatile compounds, leaving behind a high carbon energy packed fuel. It's used in households, restaurants, bakeries, foundries, and exported in tons out of Africa to Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. Straight to the numbers, according to data from the International Trade Center, Nigeria exports over 400,000 tons of charcoal annually. That's millions of dollars flowing into an industry that up until now barely makes the headlines. Charcoal ranks among Nigeria's top 10 non-oil export commodities, and guess what? The market is growing, especially with the rise in demand for natural and organic heating fuel abroad. But how can you, yes you, tap into this business? So here are tips from top to bottom. Step 1, know your entry point. The charcoal business is wild. You can be a producer cutting and burning the wood, a distributor buying from villages and selling to cities, or a transporter, a retailer, or even go big as an exporter. If you want to go into production, you will need access to hardwood species like acacia, mahogany, or shea. This burn longer and cleaner. And please, don't just cut trees anyhow. Get your wood legally and where possible. Support replanting. Illegal logging is the fastest way to lose your business before it. All right, let's go to step 2. Carbonize like a pro. Charcoal is made in kilns. While many still use traditional earth kilns, modern alternatives like the Casamance kilns or Adaman retort kilns produce better yields, reduce smoke, and are friendlier to the environment. A small investment in an improved kilns can double your output and your profit. Now, step 3, bag it right. Local sales, use 25 kg or 50 kg sacks. For export, your charcoal must be dry. dust-free and neatly packaged. Now, exporters deal in 20-foot or 40-foot containers, each holding up to 25 tons. So let's go to step 4. Know your market. If you're selling locally, look for suya sellers, grill restaurants, and food vendors in urban centers like Lagos, Abuja, or Port Harcourt, and many in Nigeria. Charcoal sells fast, especially during festive seasons. Now, exporters, on the other hand, deal with buyers in Germany, UK, Belgium, Israel, UAE, and more. You will need a registered business and export license from NEPC and reliable logistics partners. That's very important, isn't it? So let's move to 5. Learn network. Grow. You need to network and you need to grow. The charcoal business is not enter and blow. No way. You need to learn the ropes. Join export forums, visit charcoal hubs in places like Oyo, Nasarawa, Kogi, and even Ogun State. Build relationships with local producers and study what foreign buyers want. And yes, think beyond just lump charcoal. There's briquette charcoal, eco-friendly, compressed charcoal made from agricultural waste, and that's the future. It's cleaner, greener, and already catching fire somewhere far off Africa. If you get small capital and you no load, this business they pay you. You fit load one truck and make better money. But customers and forest wahala, if it spoil your market, oh, so yes, there are risks. The government can clamp down on deforestation. Poor quality charcoal can ruin your reputation, especially with international buyers. Export delays, customs seizure, they are all real. But with knowledge, structure, and strategy, you can turn charcoal into gold. So here is your takeaways. Charcoal is not just for the poor man's stove. It's for the smart man's pocket. It's a hustle, a venture, a serious export commodity. And whether you start small or go global, it is very much a cash craft. Remember, this isn't professional investment advice. It's a spark, a mental wake-up call that opportunity is often found where people don't bother to look. Until next time, I am Grace Komolafe, and today, what did I do? I have actually helped you to turn smoke into substance on Cashcraft.
My name is Shino Ogbadegeshin. I'm the CEO of Gozi Micro Insurance. Continue to watch Souq News.
Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director of Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoy you all to always watch Souq News TV.
Hey everyone, Majuli Obaje here representing Gigi. Keep watching Souq News, okay? Stay updated with Souq News.
My name is Aton Keme. I am the head of MSME banking. Please keep watching Souq News and stay glued to Souq News.
I recommend that more and more people should watch Souq News because they deal with business news.
Hi, my name is Amaka Wokolo. I am the director of the Faith Institute at Faith Foundation. Keep watching Souq News.
Optimism is a strategy for making a better future, because unless you believe that the future can be better, you are unlikely to step up and take responsibility for making it so. Responsibility is the price of greatness. How else can one explain the thought process of a 24-year-old youth leaving the luxurious comforts in the United States to fill in for his incarcerated father in sub-Saharan Africa, Nigeria, and run a family business holding the fort till stability was achieved? This is the story of Abdul Samad Rabir, an unassuming, silent achiever. Samad Rabiu attended Capital University, Columbus, Ohio, and returned to Nigeria to oversee the family business when his father, Ishaku Rabiu, was detained by the administration of General Muhammadu Buhari for allegedly not paying the rice report duties. Not only was his father under investigation, the family business was under scrutiny. These harsh realities of being thrust right into the middle of it all shaped the young man's resolve to hard work in silence. Abdul Samad Rabiu is the son of one of Nigeria's foremost industrialists, late Khalifa Ishaku Rabiu, founder of Ishaku Rabiu and Sons Group, the family-operated holding company with a history of investment in manufacturing, insurance, banking, and real estate. In the 1970s, the group invested in manufacturing, with its first investment being the Kano Suits and Packaging Cases Company, a factory producing suitcases and handbags. In 1972, the Bagauda Textile Mill, manufacturing woven clothes for uniforms, importing and trading in different segments of the economy, including frozen food service, sugar, and a motor vehicle and parts distribution company specialized in Daihatsu products. Abdul Samad Rabiu was born with a very big silver spoon in the ancient city of Kano on the 4th day of August in 1960, 57 days to Nigerian independence. 24 years later, responsibility beckoned. He was in the family business till 1988. Abdul Samad Rabiu, following in the steps of the family business, established BUA Bois International Limited in 1988. Solely for commodity trading, Bois International Limited imported rice, edible oil, flour, iron, and steel. The much-needed wins to his sale came in 1990. The government, owners of the Dettol Steel Company, got into a contract with Bois to supply its raw materials in exchange for finished products. This was the young company's much-needed windfall. Bois expanded further into steel, producing pellets, importing iron ore, and constructing multiple rolling mills in Nigeria. Nigerian Oil Mills Limited, the largest edible oil processing company in Nigeria, was sadly bought by Bois in 2005. Bois started 2 flour milling plants in Lagos and in Kano. By 2008, Bois had broken an 8-year monopoly in the Nigerian sugar industry by commissioning the second largest sugar refinery in sub-Saharan Africa. In 2009, the company went on to silently acquire a controlling stake in a publicly listed cement company in northern Nigeria, Sokoto Cement, and began to construct a $900 million cement plant in Ogu-Obela, Edo State, completed and commissioned in 2015, which is at that time the single largest non-oil investment in South Nigeria, and had a capacity of 6 million metric tons per annum upon completion of the second line. This was followed by a new 1.5 million metric tons line in Sokoto in 2018 and another 3 million metric ton line, which commenced in 2020 and was commissioned in 2022, bringing the total installed capacity for his cement holdings